Right, I'm gonna be talking about the Coachella situation of 2025. I haven't made videos on this ever, but since I saw that there's problems with this, with the event, it's extremely insane.
Definitely went to Coachella in 2018. Yes, it was years and years ago at this point, and I wouldn't say I regret it, but I definitely would not do it again. I ended up spending so much money that I could have probably spent on like a trip to Europe. The Airbnb that my friends and I got.
Oh, hell no. The things that I heard about Coachella was that it's extremely expensive. You probably spend like 100 grand if you even go there. Luckily, I did not make the mistake of going there because I'm not the biggest fan of the artists that are there.
Was $1,000 a night. Okay,
$1,000 is crazy.
was like 8 of us to be fair, so we were splitting everything. But even to this day, all these years later, I cannot justify the price. The food at Coachella is ridiculously overpriced and doesn't even taste that good. It's basically just glorified cafeteria food. If you want an iced coffee, expect to spend somewhere around $12 to $13.
Oh, hell no. You can get it for Starbucks for like $5. Yeah, like even Starbucks would probably taste better than whatever the hell they're making that coffee for. God, no.
For example, this person went to Coachella last year and they ended up spending $60 on 2 burritos and
Oh, hell no, bro. Those burritos look like they're from the school cafeteria, and that sauce looks radioactive. Like, oh no, what is happening here? Whoever decided to do this, like doing all of this is just pure greed.
drinks. The food at
For that amount of like food, you could get a lot of stuff from like a Walmart for that one. You can get a lot of food from Walmart for that price. You can get a whole Nintendo Switch game for $60.
The shower situation at Coachella is awful.
Oh, hell nah, bro. They disgusting.
Wait hours in line every single day just to take like a 5-minute shower. And people on TikTok are always posting videos saying that most attendees don't even clean up after themselves, so you just feel dirty the whole time.
This is kind of like talking about flashbacks when Danny also made videos about college showers being disgusting. But my brother quickly said that the showers at his school are basically very clean.
Because there are tens of thousands of people all sleeping on the campgrounds, the festival has decided to charge $10 per guest, and you have a limited amount of hot water that runs.
$10 is crazy. It's actually insanity to spend $10 to take a damn shower.
Out almost instantly. Coachella barely started a few hours ago, and I think it's fair to say that this might be
I heard people were literally waiting in that line for 10 damn hours. Like, bro, hell nah, this is probably the worst trip you could ever take. And also, influencers or people with like millions of followers don't have to pay for this. That's just how greedy and literally the people who are just trying to have a good experience, they feel marginalized.
First festival that they have ever planned. For some reason, they decided to go with an entirely new security team that has no idea what they're doing. As people are pulling into the campgrounds, they are reporting that the traffic
that's a red flag right there. That there's like thousands of cars
backed up for miles, and some have been stuck in their vehicles all day to the point where if they want to use the bathroom, they just have to get out and start going on the ground. People are getting into fights with random strangers who are just trying to have.
They're just bored. That's why they're getting into fights, or probably because they're on drugs.
Good time. And what makes this even more sad is knowing how much money each person spent on their ticket.
They probably spent like 700, hell, even 30 grand.
Coachella barely started. Ironically, for some reason, the crowd at Coachella is always super dead. Like, if you look around, it's almost like no one is.
Coachella sucked for Charlie in 2023. People were camping for Blackpink. I had a blast, though. Alright, Coachella in 2021 looked a lot better than whatever the hell this was, bro.
Singing or dancing along to the music, and everyone just has their phone out and is recording silently. In fact, a few years ago when Tyler the Creator was performing, he walked out onto the Coachella stage and started yelling at the audience for being so boring. Pretty much a situation like this happens every single year because everyone is just there for one reason, to take pictures.
Oh yeah, that's the problem. If you're just gonna be there to take pictures, then you just wasted all of your time for just that. And also, you have a. Isn't it a better idea to just look at it on YouTube? Like to see your favorite artist on stage? Instead of you just walking up and then being squished by like 100 other. Like probably thousands of other people. And feeling like you are about to suffocate because that one person just starts blocking your view as well, and you just get so angry.
What's your strongest? If you're not insanely rich, going to Coachella is just uncomfortable. If you end up camping on the campgrounds, you will
Who would even want to do it?
have a miserable experience. People are playing music 24/7, so even at 4 a.m. when you are dead tired and just want to get some sleep because you've been on your feet all day, I can almost guarantee that you won't even get an hour's worth of sleep.
Oh no. Another red flag, you won't be able to sleep because, well, people are blasting music, and also because the artists are performing too, which just adds to the amount of pain that you've experienced from walking all the way. I've never been to Coachella, but looking at these videos is another reason why I shouldn't go.
If you are rich enough to get an Airbnb or a hotel, you better book it months in advance. Prices are known to quintuple during Coachella weekend in Palm Springs.
Especially when the tariffs are going to be coming in place.
Even places like the Motel 6, which is normally $50 a night, will end up costing somewhere around $600.
Why would anybody like stay at a hotel that has $600 that is a Motel 6 that is in a sketchy as hell area?
If you are planning on going to Coachella this weekend, here's some advice. Don't. First off,
Noted.
it's super expensive. Normally, tickets for general admissions cost somewhere around $600 to $700, and if you want a VIP ticket, expect to pay 3 times that.
Yep. Yeah. The people who made this, who were in charge of this event, clearly wanted quick money. That's literally the only reason they do this event. Sure, it has artists that people like Tyler the Creator, Sabrina Carpenter, and many more. But it's just not worth it if you're just trying. Just look, like I said, look at the artists live on YouTube, and don't waste your time driving like 30 hours to just so that you can see them and take pictures. It's just insufferable.
Most of the celebrities and influencers who end up going get something called an artist pass, which you can only get by having a connection to a brand or a manager. So even though they are the richest people who are attending the festival, they're the only ones who don't have to pay. If you have the artist or
Yeah, that's just another example of greed.
VIP pass, you basically get to stand in front of the entire crowd and get to watch the person performing without anyone blocking your view. But if you are a part of the 99% of people who attend Coachella and just have a general pass, you end up standing way in the back and can barely see anything at all. You end up just staring at the big screen, and at that point, you should have just stayed at home.
Yeah, exactly what I said. 100%. Bro, the crowd is getting louder every single time she does her little dance. Of course they want to see her shake some. Get out of here. Well,
So I've made several videos about Coachella at this point, but honestly,
Coachella, so let's set up my campsite. I arrived to the festival at 3 a.m. but had to wait.
why would you wake up at 3 a.m. to do this in the first place? That's already a bad idea. You're literally going to get sleep deprivation, and How much? I guarantee this guy only got like. He didn't even get any sleep at all.
4 hours to be let inside. And of
3
course,
a.m.
there would be a heat wave in California right now. But
He sounds like he is kind of tired and going insane.
that's not stopping me from being extra with my campsite. I brought a whole rug, a sofa that turns into a bed, and an oak dining.
Oh, this guy is extra. This guy really decides to set this up. It probably took him like an hour or two to set this up. And then he's gonna stay there for like only 2 days, and then he's gonna have to take all that stuff back down. And, he's probably... Also, I heard that the food trucks are...
Table. Just
there,
something
too.
light for camp, but I'm out of the dog pound and at the campground. A few guys stopped me at
Actual festival or sitting down. You're not gonna bring your food, then come back to the campsite just to
Yeah, why would they do that? That's like... That's like pre-ordering a game, and then you refund it.
eat for like 5 minutes.
Don't feel bad for me. Truly don't.
All her friends decided to go to Coachella.
Let us into any of the restrooms. No bathrooms except in Coachella. Camping, if you haven't heard, it's a shit show this year. We can't drink water.
What do you mean you can't drink water? What the hell?
We can't go pee. They won't let us into any of the restrooms. No bathrooms except for the staff, and the staff won't let us in.
That is just insane. They literally said they won't let them use the bathroom. They won't let them use do basic human functions. Oh, hell no. Not
we're
justified.
starving, but we don't want to eat, because if we eat, apparently people ahead of us were shitting in the bushes.
Not in the bushes. Taking a dump in the bushes is just gonna be hell for the workers to clean that up again. Because imagine just walking around, and then you smell something foul, and then you see a bunch of just poop all over the place there. I gotta feel bad for some of the workers that really don't want to do this.
And the cops were called, so that stopped the fucking line for another half an hour, because people are shitting themselves in the bushes, so we can't eat. We haven't eaten since 3... I ate 4 donuts at 3 o'clock.
Oh, nope. And then, the memes are gonna be, by a few college students are gonna be like, you guys are getting food? And, well, this is... just be grateful that your parents have, told you to save your money like this. 'Cause this is just absolutely insane. Like, people who have been, these are fans of artists who want to see their favorite artist perform. Or a bunch of Ice simps just wanting her to shake some. And, well, this is the outcome that's gonna happen. So be careful at what you spend your money on. I'll probably make a video on the Switch 2's prices or the situations of the Minecraft movie. Also, this has got to be the greediest thing that has been done ever since the Hawk coin, that I just feel terrible saying. I never want to say that god-awful meme again. This is more of a scam than that. I cannot believe I'm saying that.
Fucking, our car is overheating, my phone has overheated twice. My camera doesn't work on my car. How am I supposed
Who the hell planned Coachella this
That's what I'm saying, brother.
year? I don't think this has ever been an issue where campers cannot even get to...
Stuff is getting really serious really fast. I don't know what's going on, but people are like,
Day 0 of Coachella is insane. So it looks like a bunch of people are throwing up because of heat exhaustion, and like I said, there is no water. They're just
Oh, yeah, because it takes place in a literal damn desert. Because people don't even want to start, like, helping, like, because the staffs at Coachella don't even care. They don't even care about bringing water out to the people who are just trying to have a good time with their family or just go there solo. I saw Milad Mers go to Coachella in 2021 or 2022, and that looked like a way better experience than this absolute depths of hell experience that people are experiencing. There is literally no reason for this other than to get more money, I guess. But people, I think people are gonna start going bankrupt because of this. I mean, who's gonna be stupid enough to go to this event? Simps of Sabrina Carpenter and Ice Spice. But that's pretty much it. And that's what I got to say, and goodbye. Do not go to Coachella. It's a nightmare.